There's a new D&D board game, and it's out right now.
I need it!
The OP, the company formerly known as USAopoly, has released the perfect holiday present for the Dungeons & Dragons fan in your life, in the form of a brand new Trivial Pursuit, Dungeons & Dragons Ultimate Edition. Players will be tested on their knowledge of Dungeons & Dragons lore, rules, and history as they strive for pie pieces. The categories in the game include magic and miscellany, history, monsters, dungeons and adventures, characters, and cosmology. The fun part is that the pieces are these little D&D figurines with monsters like a beholder, a mimic, an owlbear, and a demi-lich replacing the usual little pie thingies that typically appear in Trivial Pursuit games, and there are tons of questions that should test even the most knowledgeable Dungeons & Dragons fan, that is, as long as you don't run a Dungeons & Dragons YouTube channel.
Well, la-dee-da.
Now, this is the 4th D&D themed game made by the OP, and we've actually played their D&D version of Clue. Shockingly, it was very Dungeons & Dragon-y. It tied in directly with the Descent into Avernus storyline, and it referenced lots of D&D bits, so basically you can expect a pretty fun Dungeons & Dragons experience as long as you love the D&D brand. So basically, if you want to show up that rules lawyer in your party,
Objection!
pick up the D&D Trivial Pursuit game wherever Trivial Pursuit games are sold. Before we continue, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons to feed the eldritch abomination that is YouTube's algorithm. Doing so not only helps out the channel, it's the easiest way for you to make sure that you never miss a fantasy and tabletop update. Hey, do you remember that Marvel is getting a tabletop RPG next year? Well, Marvel Multiverse role-playing is still in playtest, and its designers just released another major overhaul of the game, which is designed to further simplify and streamline the rules. You may remember that when this first came out, it was one of the crunchiest RPGs this side of 3.5, and it has gotten more streamlined and more simplified and less requiring of a calculus degree ever since.
Sorry, Nerd Wizard. All your smarts are no match for dumb luck.
In this update, the designers have gotten rid of action modifiers. It has simplified how defense scores and health and focus are calculated, and it has also adjusted the damage calculations to further balance the game with all of the other new changes. The problem is that they still charge $10 for a playtest rulebook, which is now almost entirely obsolete and can only be read by downloading multiple new updates from their website. Since we are only about 6 months away from the game coming out, you'd expect that this will probably be one of the final changes coming to the playtest before pencils go down and they move to final layout and printing and things like that. We'll find out how many of these changes make it into the final version of Marvel Multiverse when the game comes out in June 2023.
Oh man, I can't wait that long.
So which category of Dungeons & Dragons Trivial Pursuit are you unbeatable at? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the character sheet.